If you want things to change, you have to change. If you want things to get better, you have to get better. My friend, success doesn't begin with money, connections, or luck. It begins with mindset. The right mindset turns obstacles into opportunities and average men into unstoppable forces. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never built the mindset to stay in the fight long enough to win. And that's what we're here for today. You see, you can have the best goals, the best intentions, even the best ideas, but if your mindset is weak, your foundation will crack under pressure. Life will test you. People will doubt you. And if you're not prepared here in your thinking, you'll quit before the breakthrough ever arrives. But not you, not today. In this video, I'll walk you through the mindset of the unstoppable step by step. We're going to talk about how to take full responsibility, how to build unshakable discipline, and how to shift your thoughts so they serve your success, not sabotage it. So don't just listen. Lean in, take notes. Let this be the day you draw the line in the sand and say, no more average, no more excuses. From now on, I become unstoppable. Let's get started. It all starts with philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing I've learned over all these years, through business, through setbacks, through victories, it's this: everything begins with philosophy. Not money, not strategy, not even action. Philosophy. Now you might ask, Jim, what do you mean by philosophy? Simple. Your personal philosophy is what you know, what you believe, and how you think. It's the set of ideas that you use to make decisions, solve problems, respond to challenges, and shape your future. Your philosophy is your foundation. It's not just what's in your head. It's what governs your life. You see, if your philosophy is faulty, everything downstream will be faulty too. Your attitude, your actions, your results, all flow from what you believe. Let me give you a picture. Imagine a farmer. He plants corn and expects tomatoes. Now we'd laugh and say that man's philosophy is wrong. Well, people do that every day. They plant laziness and expect success. They sow excuses and expect results. They entertain doubt and expect confidence. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't respond to what we want. It responds to what we believe and how we behave. Now here's a key idea. You can't change your life until you change your mind. That's why I say, don't start with your bank account. Don't start with your circumstances. Start with your philosophy. Because philosophy drives attitude, attitude drives action, and action drives results. So the question becomes, what's your philosophy? Do you believe life is happening to you or for you? Do you believe success is something you chase or something you attract by the person you become? Examine your philosophy. Audit it, challenge it, upgrade it. Now, how do you develop a better philosophy? Here are 4 simple steps. 1. Read and study. Don't just go through life. Get from life. Learn from the thinkers, the doers, the builders of great things. Read books. Listen to audios. Attend seminars. Turn your car into a mobile classroom. 2. Observe and reflect. Success leaves clues. Look around. Who's winning? Who's losing? What are they doing differently? And more importantly, what are they thinking differently? 3. Ask better questions. Don't ask, why am I stuck? Ask, what can I do to get better? Don't ask, why is life unfair? Ask, what skills must I develop to rise above? 4. Associate wisely. Your environment shapes your mind. Choose mentors. Choose uplifting voices. Get around people who think better than you, so you'll begin to think bigger than you ever have. Now I'll tell you something you don't hear every day. Your past doesn't matter nearly as much as your philosophy does. You can't go back and fix every mistake. You can't rewrite your history, but you can rewrite your philosophy. And if you do that, if you adjust what's going on inside, you'll start to see miracles happen outside. Because here's the truth. You don't get paid for effort. You get paid for value. And you can't deliver value to the marketplace if your thinking is cloudy, confused, or contaminated by mediocrity. So what do? Start working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Start investing in your mind, your beliefs, your personal growth. And soon, your confidence will grow, your decisions will improve, and your results will compound. You'll go from surviving to thriving, from uncertain to unstoppable. So here's your assignment. Tonight, grab a notebook and ask yourself one question. What ideas have I been living by? And are they serving me? Write them down, challenge them, upgrade them. Because my friend, if you want your life to change, your philosophy must change first. That's where it starts. Let's move forward. Stronger, clearer, and ready to build the mindset that makes you truly unstoppable. The mindset of responsibility. Let's talk about a word that separates winners from whiners, achievers from excuse makers, and leaders from victims. That word is responsibility. Now I know it's not a flashy word. It doesn't glitter like success or shine like freedom. But let me tell you, responsibility is where all transformation begins. Not in your bank account, not in your schedule, not in your environment, but in your decision to take full responsibility for your life. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. If you hand over your responsibility, you also hand over your power. You see, the day you blame is the day you give up control. Blame your boss, you're stuck. Blame the economy, you're stuck. Blame your past, your parents, your partner, you're still stuck. But the day you say it's on me, that's the day everything changes. Now don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying everything that happens is your fault. No, life throws curveballs. Sometimes the storms roll in uninvited. But how you respond, that's your responsibility. You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose whether you show up with an umbrella or a victim's mindset. Let me tell you something simple but profound. You can't fix what you won't own. If your results are poor, own it. If your habits are weak, own it. If your attitude stinks, own it. Not because you're to blame, but because you're powerful enough to do something about it. That's the difference between being reactive and being unstoppable. So what does the mindset of responsibility look like? Let me give you 5 pillars to build it on. 1. Stop saying they, start saying me. They never support me. They always hold me back. Listen, there is no power in they, but there is unlimited power in me. You can't wait for they to change. You change. 2. Turn complaints into commitments. If you don't like something, don't just talk about it. Change it. Don't say, I hate my job. Say, I'm committed to finding something better. Don't say, I'm tired of being broke. Say, I'm committed to getting educated, skilled, and valuable. 3. Learn to say, I could have done better. It's not weakness. It's maturity. People who are truly strong admit when they mess up, because they know they'll fix it. 4. Don't wait for motivation. Build discipline. The responsible person doesn't wait for perfect conditions. They create them. They don't rely on emotion. They rely on values. They show up whether they feel like it or not. 5. Own your time like it's gold, because it is. Time is your most precious, non-refundable currency. Don't give it away to distractions, drama, or people who drain you. Be the gatekeeper of your day. Now I know, taking responsibility isn't always easy. It means no more excuses, no more finger pointing, no more someday, but that's where the power lives. That's where confidence comes from. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you, and you become the hero of your own story. You say, if it's going to happen, it's up to me. And that's when life starts to respond. That's when doors open. That's when opportunities multiply. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Here's your assignment. Tonight, look in the mirror and ask, where have I been blaming, and where can I take the lead instead? Write it down. Then take one small action to shift the blame into ownership. Because when you fully take responsibility, you don't just change your situation, you change your identity. You become someone who doesn't shrink from pressure, but rises under it. You become unstoppable. Let's keep going. Change begins with discipline. My friend, if you want to change your life, change doesn't start with luck. It doesn't start with inspiration. Change starts with discipline. Discipline is the magic word, the hidden treasure, the one ingredient most people overlook, but the one that makes all the difference. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Not talent, not motivation, not a lucky break. It's discipline. And here's what I've discovered over the years. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, and failure. Just a few small errors in judgment, repeated every day. That's it. You don't lose the game overnight. You lose it inch by inch, day by day, when you skip the things you know you should do. Now let me tell you something that may surprise you. Discipline doesn't take superhuman strength. It doesn't take perfection. It takes one thing, a decision. The decision to take full control of your behavior, even when you don't feel like it. Because here's the truth. Motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. Let me give you some examples. Anyone can read a book once. Discipline is reading 10 pages a day, every day, until your thinking changes. Anyone can wake up early once. Discipline is getting up when the alarm rings, especially when you want to stay in bed. Anyone can work out for a week. Discipline is showing up when it's cold, when it's raining, when no one is watching. That's what builds strength. That's what builds character. That's what builds a life you're proud of. Now let me give you a powerful phrase. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. You see, the pain of discipline is small, temporary. But the pain of regret, that lingers. That whispers at night. That shows up later in life when the time is gone. And the chance is gone with it. So don't trade short-term comfort for long-term sorrow. Don't avoid discipline. You build it. And here's the good news. Discipline is a skill. You're not born with it. You build it. One decision at a time. Let me give you 5 practical ways to strengthen your discipline today. 1. Start with small wins. Don't try to overhaul your life in a day. Start by making your bed, drinking water, showing up on time. Keep promises to yourself. That builds confidence. 2. Set non-negotiables. There are things in your day that should happen no matter what. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's exercise. Maybe it's 1 hour of focused work. Don't leave these to chance. 3. Eliminate temptation. Discipline is easier when the distractions are gone. Don't fight the cookie. Don't buy the cookie. Don't battle the noise. Turn off the noise. 4. Create a system. Discipline isn't just about willpower. It's about structure. Have a schedule. Know what time you work. Rest, read, and reflect. Let your system carry you on the tough days. 5. Track your progress. What gets measured gets mastered. Use a journal. Use a chart. Celebrate streaks. Let your progress motivate your perseverance. Let me remind you, discipline is a form of self-respect. When you do what you said you'd do, even when it's hard, you're telling the world, I'm serious about my life. And guess what happens next? Doors open. Opportunities show up. You begin to attract success. Not chase it, because you've become the kind of person who deserves it. Here's your challenge for today. Pick one area of your life. Health, finances, mindset, relationships. Just one. And ask, what is the one small discipline I can commit to daily? Write it down. Start today. Repeat tomorrow. And watch what happens. Because discipline is the seed. And when you water it with consistency, you reap greatness. Discipline will change your direction. And when your direction changes, your destination changes. This is how you become unstoppable. Let's keep going. Raise your standards or stay stuck. My friend, here's a truth I hope you never forget. Your life will never rise above the standards you set for yourself. Not your dreams, not your goals, not your potential, your standards. You see, standards are the invisible boundaries of your life. They determine what you tolerate, what you accept, and what you expect from yourself. And here's the sobering truth. Whatever you're experiencing right now, financially, physically, emotionally, is not just based on your circumstances. It's based on your standards. Let that sink in. Because the reality is, you don't always get what you want, but you always get what you're willing to settle for. So if you're stuck, if you're frustrated, if you know you were made for more, it's time to raise the bar. It's time to demand more from yourself before you demand more from life. Now, what do I mean by standards? I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm not talking about being hard on yourself. I'm talking about expecting more of yourself. Because the person with low standards says, it's okay if I skip the gym today. It's just a little debt. I'll start working on my goals next week. But the person with high standards says, no, I don't break promises to myself. No, I don't tolerate mediocrity in my work, my attitude, or my results. No, I'm not waiting for perfect. I'm starting now. That's the mindset that moves mountains. Let me give you something practical. Here are 5 areas where you must raise your standards or stay stuck. 1. Your time. Time is your most precious asset. Raise your standard for how you use it. Stop giving your minutes to people who don't value them or activities that don't grow you. Don't just be busy. Be effective. Every minute is either an investment or a cost. 2. Your health. You don't have to look like a bodybuilder, but you do need energy, clarity, strength. Raise your standard for what you put in your body, how you move, how you rest, because success feels better when you're well enough to enjoy it. 3. Your finances. Raise your standard for how you handle money. Know where every dollar goes. Save, invest, earn with integrity. Don't just survive month to month, design a future. 4. Your relationships. Stop entertaining people who drain you. Raise your standard for how others treat you and how you treat them. Build connections with people who challenge you, support you, and walk with purpose. 5. your self-talk. Raise your standard for how you speak to yourself. No more I can't. No more I'm not enough. Replace it with, I am learning, I am growing, I am becoming. Let me tell you something from personal experience. The moment you raise your standards, life starts to shift. It's not magic, it's momentum. Because when you expect more of yourself, you begin to act differently. And when you act differently, you get different results. And when you get different results, your confidence grows. And now you're on the path of the unstoppable. But here's the key. You must enforce your standards. Don't just write them down. Live them. Say no when you mean no. Say yes only when it aligns with your vision. Every time you hold the line, you get stronger. Every time you choose excellence over ease, you build character. Here's your challenge today. Write down 3 areas of your life where you've been tolerating too little, accepting too much, or settling too often. Then ask, what does the highest version of me expect in this area? That's your new standard. Tape it to your mirror. Speak it every morning, and live it until it becomes your identity. Because in the end, your future is not built by luck or chance. It's built by your standards. Raise them, and everything rises with them. Keep them low, and you'll stay stuck wondering why things never change. You've come too far to live beneath your potential. Let's raise the bar and keep climbing. Feed your mind daily. My friend, if you want to live a life that matters, if you want to become unstoppable, then let me give you a principle that will serve you for the rest of your life. Stand guard at the door of your mind and feed it something valuable every single day. Because just like the body needs good nutrition to stay strong, the mind needs good ideas to stay sharp. And let me tell you, your mind is a garden. If you plant good seeds, ideas, knowledge, inspiration, it will grow a life of purpose. But if you neglect it, weeds will take over. Doubt, fear, excuses, confusion. That's why I say miss a meal if you have to. But don't miss your personal development. You see, you don't wake up wise. You don't drift into greatness. You grow into it, on purpose, with consistency. So the question becomes, what are you feeding your mind? Are you filling it with problems or possibilities? Negativity or new ideas? Gossip or growth? Because whatever you feed your mind, it multiplies. Now let me give you 5 ways to feed your mind the right way. 1. Read great books. Not just social media posts or news headlines. I'm talking about books that stretch your thinking, challenge your assumptions, and upgrade your vision. Books on philosophy, success, finance, relationships, health. As I've said before, all leaders are readers. Just 10 pages a day. That's all it takes to build a new life. 2. Listen to wise voices. Turn your car into a classroom. Turn downtime into learning time. Podcasts, audiobooks, seminars. Fill your ears with wisdom. Let the voice of someone who's been where you want to go mentor you every day. 3. Journal your thoughts. Feeding your mind isn't just about input. It's about reflection. Take time each day to ask, what did I learn today? What am I grateful for? What needs improvement? That habit alone will change your direction. 4. Engage in meaningful conversations. Talk with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who push you to be better. Your mind is sharpened by the minds you surround yourself with. 5. Guard against garbage. You can't feed your mind junk and expect excellence. Be mindful of what you consume. TV, media, social platforms. Limit the noise, starve the distractions. Don't let random content shape your philosophy. Let me tell you what happens when you feed your mind daily. You begin to think differently. You respond to problems with clarity. You speak with more conviction. You see solutions others miss. You become valuable to the marketplace, to your family, to your mission. Why? Because you've built a reservoir of wisdom, and people feel it. Now I know what you might be thinking, but Jim, I'm busy. Yes, I understand, but that's exactly why you need this. Because if you don't intentionally feed your mind, life will feed it for you. And most of the time, it won't be positive. The world is full of noise. But if you want to be clear, focused, and powerful, you must rise above the noise with daily wisdom. Just 30 minutes a day. That's all it takes to separate yourself from the crowd. If you feed your mind, your future will feed you. It's as simple as that. Here's your challenge for today. Start your personal growth hour. Break it into 2 parts. 30 minutes in the morning to read, listen, or reflect. 30 minutes at night to review, journal, and learn. And remember, consistency is more powerful than intensity. Do it daily. Let it compound. Because the stronger your mind becomes, the more unstoppable you become. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. So if you want to live better, you've got to think better. And if you want to think better, you've got to feed your mind better. Let's commit to it. Starting today, let's keep going. Environment is stronger than willpower. Let me tell you something that may surprise you. You don't rise to the level of your intentions. You fall to the level of your environment. Now, willpower is a good thing. It's noble. It's admirable. But let me be honest with you. Willpower is weak compared to environment. Why? Because willpower is temporary, but environment is constant. You see, you can have the strongest intentions in the world, but if your environment is filled with distractions, temptations, and small thinkers, your intentions don't stand a chance. Let me give you a picture. Imagine trying to eat healthy while living in a candy store. Imagine trying to write a book in the middle of a rock concert. Imagine trying to grow into your best self, surrounded by people who don't believe in growth. It doesn't work. Not because you're lazy, not because you're broken, but because you're surrounded by friction. Now here's the good news. You don't have to fight your environment. You can design it, and once you learn this, everything changes. Because now, instead of relying on discipline every single day, you build a system that supports your goals. Instead of forcing yourself to do the right thing, you set up your life so the right thing becomes the easy thing. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. So how do we apply this? Let's break it down. Here are 5 ways to design an environment that lifts you higher. 1. Upgrade your inner circle. This one's non-negotiable. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So look around. Do they challenge you or comfort you? Do they stretch you or settle with you? Surround yourself with growth-minded people and watch how quickly you begin to level up. 2. Remove daily friction. If your environment is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. Set up your space so it supports action. Put the book on your pillow. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Log out of distractions. Make doing the right thing obvious and easy. 3. Protect your energy. Some environments drain you, not just places, but people. Limit your exposure to constant complainers, toxic gossip, emotional chaos. You are not obligated to entertain people who sabotage your peace. 4. Fill your space with inspiration. Words matter. Visuals matter. Put quotes on the wall. Set your screensaver to your goals. Keep reminders around you of the person you're becoming. Create a space that calls you forward. 5. Be intentional about what you consume. Your digital environment matters just as much. What's in your feed? What's in your playlist? Make sure it's feeding your mind, not numbing it. The content you consume today will shape the thoughts you think tomorrow. Let me say it again. Plain and simple. Your environment is either pulling you forward or pulling you under. Don't leave it to chance. Curate it. Protect it. Elevate it. You can't afford to live in an environment that fights your future. Here's your challenge. Do an environmental audit. Ask yourself, where am I living, working, or socializing that's slowing me down? And then what small change can I make today to remove friction and increase flow? Maybe it's a new morning setup. Maybe it's a boundary you need to draw. Maybe it's a voice you need to stop listening to. Whatever it is, do it, because your environment is speaking to you every day. And it's either saying grow, or it's saying stay the same. And if you want to be unstoppable, you can't afford to stay the same. So remember, don't just build better habits, build a better environment. Because once your environment starts working for you instead of against you, success becomes not just possible, it becomes natural. Let's move forward with clarity, intention, and power. The power of vision and purpose. Let me begin with a question. Do you know where you're going? Do you have a clear picture of your future? Or are you just drifting, hoping it all works out? Because my friend, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. But here's the problem. Most roads don't lead to extraordinary. Most roads lead to regret. That's why I want to talk to you about vision and its companion, purpose. Let me put it plainly. Vision is the picture of the life you want. Purpose is the reason why it matters. And together, these two become a force more powerful than talent, intelligence, or opportunity. Because when the vision is clear, the grind becomes meaningful. And when the purpose is strong, you'll endure what others can't. You see, the reason most people quit, the reason they procrastinate, doubt, or settle, isn't because they're lazy. It's because they've lost sight of where they're going and why it matters. They're climbing, but the ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. They're running, but they've forgotten the finish line. They're busy, but not driven. But not you. Not anymore. Because after today, you're going to get clear. You're going to live life on purpose, with purpose. Now here's what I've learned. You can't hit a target you can't see. So you've got to take the time to design your life on paper, in your mind, in your heart. Not just vague ideas like, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. No, you need a vivid picture. What does your ideal day look like? What kind of work are you doing? Who are you helping? Where are you living? How are you growing? Paint it, write it, see it, feel it, because once you see it, you can pursue it. And once you pursue it, you begin to attract it. But let me be clear, vision without purpose will fade. You need a reason to keep going when it's hard, a reason to say no when distractions show up, a reason to show up when motivation doesn't. Purpose is what turns a dream into a mission. It's what turns ordinary effort into legacy-level action. So ask yourself, why do I want what I want? If your why is shallow, you'll give up when the pressure hits. But if your why is deep, it will carry you through storms. Let me give you some practical steps. Here are 5 ways to clarify your vision and connect to your purpose. 1. Write your 5-year vision in full detail. Where will you be? What will you have built? Who will you have become? Use vivid words. The clearer the picture, the stronger the pull. 2. Define your whys for each major goal. Ask, why does this matter to me? Who benefits if I succeed? What will I miss out on if I don't? Dig deep until you find the emotional fuel. 3. Create a vision board or digital reminder. Surround yourself with visual triggers. A photo, a quote, a written promise. Something that keeps your mind focused and your heart inspired. 4. Review it daily. Don't set your vision and forget it. Review it every morning. Feel it. Speak it. Repetition builds belief, and belief fuels behavior. 5. Align your actions with your vision. Ask yourself each day, are my habits moving me closer to my vision or further away? If the answer's no, make adjustments. Don't negotiate with your purpose. Let me leave you with this. People without vision become slaves to distraction, but people with vision become masters of their destiny. You weren't born to just pay bills and pass time. You were born to make a mark, to build, to grow, to give, to matter. And when your life is guided by a crystal clear vision and a deeply rooted purpose, you stop wasting energy. You stop following the crowd. You stop chasing short-term wins. Instead, you build momentum. You walk in confidence. You become unstoppable. Your assignment today, take 30 minutes. No distractions. Write your vision. Write your purpose. Keep it visible. Let it guide you. Because as I've said before, when the promise is clear, the price is easy. And when your vision is bold and your purpose is true, no setback can stop you. No delay can discourage you. And no failure can define you. Let's keep going. Expect resistance and push anyway. My friend, I've got some news for you, and I hope you're ready for it. The moment you decide to grow, you will face resistance. Not maybe, not someday, not if you're unlucky. You will, because life has a way of testing you the minute you decide to change. You want to get healthy? Here come the cravings. You want to get disciplined? Here comes the distraction. You want to level up? Here comes the self-doubt, the critics, the delays. But don't be alarmed. That's not a sign you're on the wrong path. It's proof you're on the right one. You see, resistance is the friction that forges strength. It's the test that separates wishful thinkers from warriors. It's the pressure that builds champions. Now let me tell you what most people do. They misinterpret resistance. They say, oh, maybe this isn't meant for me. Oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Oh, maybe I should wait until it's easier. Let me tell you something from experience. Don't pray for the path to be easy. Pray for the strength to push through it. Because ease never made anyone excellent, and comfort never made anyone unstoppable. Resistance is not a wall, it's a door. And on the other side of that door is everything you said you wanted. The confidence, the freedom, the success, the life you've been dreaming of. But here's the catch. You've got to push. You've got to push through fear, push through fatigue, push through failure. You've got to push when it's boring, push when it's lonely, push when nothing seems to be working, because that's where growth lives. Let me give you a few truths that will help you master resistance. 1. Resistance is not the enemy. It's a trainer. It's building your strength, your focus, your patience. Treat resistance like a workout. You may not enjoy the pain, but you'll love the results. 2. Every breakthrough is preceded by a breakdown. Just before the moment of change, life gets harder. That's normal. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. Push anyway. 3. Most people give up too soon, not because they're weak, but because they don't understand the process. Success takes time. Progress takes grit. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. 4. Emotions are not instructions. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you stop. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you quit. Feel it and keep moving. 5. Your story is stronger because of the struggle. When you push through resistance, you earn the right to say, I made it. You inspire others not just with your wins, but with your willingness to endure. Let me say it this way. Discomfort is the cost of change. And yes, the price is high, but the cost of staying stuck is even higher. So what do? You decide. You say, I will not back down. I will not delay. I will not fold under pressure. You say, if it's hard, I'm in. If it's uncomfortable, I'm ready. If it tests me, I will pass. Because the resistance you feel now will become the reason you win later. Here's your challenge. Write this question on a sticky note and post it where you'll see it every day. What would the strongest version of me do right now? And then do that. Push through the resistance. Push through the delay. Push through the doubt. Because greatness doesn't come from avoiding resistance. It comes from rising through it. So remember, the next time life pushes back, don't shrink. Don't stall. Push anyway. Because every time you push through resistance, you build the muscle that makes you unstoppable. Let's keep going. Momentum is a mindset. My friend, let me share something with you that might just change your direction. Success is not built in giant leaps. It's built in steady momentum. And here's the key. Momentum isn't just physical. It's mental. It's a mindset. Because the truth is, once you think like someone who follows through, someone who keeps moving, someone who doesn't stop when it gets hard, you become that person. Momentum is the compound interest of consistent action. And the moment you understand that, you stop waiting for inspiration and you start building motion. Now, most people misunderstand momentum. They think it's about speed, but it's not. Momentum is not about how fast you go. It's about how long you keep going. And the secret is this. Starting is good, but staying in motion, that's where the power lives. Let me ask you something. How many times have you started something strong, but lost steam halfway through? Started a goal on Monday and forgot about it by Friday. Started with excitement, but stopped when life got busy. That's not a motivation problem. That's a momentum problem. And here's what I've learned. Starting is fueled by emotion, but momentum is built by discipline. Let's take an example. You don't get fit by going to the gym for 5 hours once. You get fit by going every day, even when it's inconvenient, even when you don't feel like it. It's the same in your finances, in your career, in your relationships, in your mindset. Momentum doesn't come from effort. It comes from rhythm. And rhythm is created by doing small things consistently over time. Here's the danger of losing momentum. When you lose momentum, you lose belief. You start doubting yourself. You start second-guessing your goals. You start saying things like, maybe this isn't for me. But that's not truth. That's stagnation talking. So what's the cure? Action. Even small action. Especially small action. Because when you act, you move. And when you move, you believe again. And when you believe, you become unstoppable. Let me give you 5 practical tools to build and keep momentum. 1. Master your morning. The first hour of your day sets the tone. Don't let the world decide how you start. You decide. Read. Reflect. Move your body. Speak your goals. Momentum begins before the sun is up. 2. Set your daily 3. Every morning, ask, what are the 3 most important things I must do today to move forward? Not busy work, needle movers. Don't end the day without completing them. 3. Track your wins. Success loves visibility. Track your habits. Track your progress. Momentum builds when you see yourself moving forward. 4. Eliminate restart syndrome. Stop starting over every Monday. Decide that you're done with the roller coaster. Progress doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be persistent. 5. Celebrate consistency, not perfection. Did you show up today? Good. That counts. You don't need to be amazing every day. You just need to be present, and presence creates power. Let me say it this way. Success doesn't go to the most intense. It goes to the most consistent, and consistency becomes effortless when momentum kicks in. It's like a train. It takes effort to get moving, but once it's rolling, it's nearly impossible to stop. That's you. That's your life. That's the power of momentum. Here's your challenge today. Pick one habit you've been on again, off again with, one thing that matters to your future, and commit to doing it for the next 7 days without missing. Not perfectly, not impressively, just consistently. Because once you start stacking wins, you'll start believing again. And once you believe again, you'll begin building unstoppable momentum. So remember, momentum is a mindset, and if you keep moving, even when it's slow, even when it's hard, eventually that small push becomes a wave that carries your life forward. Don't wait, don't stop, don't restart, just move. Let's keep going. Unstoppable is who you become. So here we are, my friend. We've talked about mindset. We've talked about discipline, about responsibility, vision, momentum, purpose. But now it's time to bring it all home with one final truth. Becoming unstoppable isn't about what you do. It's about who you become. Because life doesn't reward the most talented. It doesn't reward the ones with the perfect plan. It rewards the ones who decide, truly decide, to grow, to evolve, to transform. You see, becoming unstoppable isn't a title you earn. It's a character you build. One habit at a time. One decision at a time. One day at a time. When you take full responsibility for your life, you become unstoppable. When you stop blaming and start building, you become unstoppable. When you raise your standards, feed your mind, and stay consistent even when it's hard, you become unstoppable. You become someone who doesn't just wish for a better life. You design one. You build one. You live one. Let me remind you of something very important. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. And if you've made it this far, if you've taken in these principles, then you are no longer the same person you were at the start. You are thinking differently. You are seeing yourself differently. And that, my friend, is where it all begins. But let me leave you with one final challenge. Don't just listen to this message. Don't just be inspired by it. Live it. Apply it. Share it. Return to it. Because repetition is the mother of skill. And mastery is born out of daily action. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep becoming. Here's your final assignment. Look in the mirror tonight and say, this is the year I stop waiting and I start becoming. Write it down. Speak it often. Live it daily. Because when the world looks back at your story, let them say, that was a person who didn't quit, who didn't shrink, who didn't settle. Let them say, that was someone who became unstoppable. So go now. Walk taller. Think clearer. Decide boldly. Because the unstoppable version of you is not in the distance. It's not in the future. It's who you choose to become. Right now. Let's go. The journey continues.